Josh Green here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by Lewis Williams here at the Institute of Sport in Sheffield. Lewis, how you doing?
Very good, thank you, mate. Thanks for having me.
Oh, good to have you. It's a busy time up in this gym. Obviously, we've got 13 athletes selected to go to the European Games and represent their country. How exciting is the opportunity, first of all?
Yeah, it's huge. When you think about it, we've all been working since the last cycle for this moment. So, and for me, it was even before that. So every other tournament and championship we go to, it's all in the build-up to this. So it's huge. Well, not just to the qualifier. To qualify to then move on to the Olympics, right? So it's a big step.
When you put that into perspective, it's an awful lot of graft and work you've gone through just to get to this stage. When you get that call that says you're going to the European Games, is that a little bit of a weight off your shoulders because you've achieved the first part of the story?
Yeah, exactly. The point is, okay, right, I get to go. Now the next point is I've got to qualify. I was just talking as well on another interview that it isn't just the recent training that we've done, it's about the experience we've done beforehand as well. You know, over the years, the experience that we built up and all the bouts that we've done. So it's not about just what we've done recently, it's about what we've built up over the past, you know, so it's been a long time coming, really.
Talking of long time coming, I'd like to get to know your story a little bit more. Where did the boxing journey begin for yourself?
So I'm from Leamington Spa, and I basically I heard that it's a boxing town from Randolph Turpin and stuff, beating the best ever. And my dad used to box, and he pushed me into the boxing gym, and never forced me, just suggested it to me. I went down there and then I just got glued to it, you know, even getting hurt and having tough days and stuff. For some reason I kept going back, so I stuck at it, and it's proved well for me in life so far. You know, I've enjoyed what I've done and what I'm doing, and I get to travel all over the place competing in the sport I love, you know, so it's been great.
At that point when you first set foot in the gym, was it a dream, and did you think it was achievable to be where you are now?
Yeah, I mean, once I was only young and I was getting told about the setup from my coach, and how you just all you do is train and just focus on boxing and going around competing. You get fed right, you get the best strength and conditioning and the best coaches and so on. And I was kind of thinking, whoa, that must be amazing. And then you're seeing that on social media, some of the athletes, and you think it's way high and so unbelievably hard to get on. And the next minute you're on, and then you're competing, and then you're one of the top boys, you know. So it's quite crazy how you can all of a sudden envision something and then you're already there, you know.
From what you're saying there, it's been quite a fast journey really from when you set out to where you are now.
I think when you're enjoying something, the time flies. But yeah, if you look back over the years, like I've been boxing since I was 9 and I'm 24 now, so it takes time. But when you're enjoying it, all of a sudden things just come around. Like, it was like a year from the Commonwealths now, wasn't it? So it was all celebrations from that, and now I'm busy trying to put that from behind me and move on to the Olympics.
You mentioned Randolph Turpin earlier. Obviously, Leamington Spa has got rich history there in the world of boxing, obviously going over and beating Sugar Ray Robinson, one of the greatest fighters of all time, many would say. Do you look at him and, I don't know, maybe not see him as an inspiration, but you look at what he's done and you think, I can achieve that?
Yeah, he is definitely an inspiration. The fact is, just from a small town, and I get lots of stories as well coming from people that knew him or knew people of him as well, and all the little whispers that come back, you know, so it's quite cool to have that being so local and, you know the areas that he trained in and what he did, and even from the downfalls that he had within training and his career and stuff, and you can learn from that. So it's quite amazing to have that on your doorstep, and it just makes things more possible to yourself, right? So it just opens up more doors in your own mind.
Yourself being in the heavyweight division, obviously Rob McCracken's got a huge amount of history there with the likes of Joyce, Frazer, Clarke, AJ. I know they were super heavyweights, but it's the same ballpark. To have someone like him in your corner that's got all that experience, that must give you a lot of confidence.
Definitely, yeah. From the bits of advice, I was just talking to him earlier, and we're getting a bit of advice, and it just makes things very clear. And also, you trust that advice. You know, you trust he's done it before with many of the other fighters and the other cycles, and he's done a really good job with the cycles, right? So the history speaks, and so I put my trust in him.
Does that put any extra pressure on you? Because you look around these walls and there's pictures of Joyce and there's pictures of AJ, and look what they've achieved. Does that put any extra pressure on you?
I'd say it's about perspective, really, because to me it just makes it seem more possible. So some people's minds it may be about, that's so hard to get there, but actually it just makes it a bit more possible. Everybody's done the same things that I have, and it's now just me that's got to be out there to take it.
Another man that's been singing your praises is Anthony Joshua. He's called you a future world champion. Hearing words like that, how does that feel?
Well, I've just heard him now anyway, so yeah. I've just heard it. Yeah. So that's a bonus, right? I've done a lot of rounds with Joshua and stuff, so I've learned a lot from himself and a load of other pros that have come in here and past medalists and so on. So I just take a lot of their experience from sparring them and use it wisely and move it into the tournaments.
I can't believe you've not heard that before.
No. Yes, that's a good one. Yeah.
I'd like to get your thoughts generally on AJ at the moment. He's obviously lost a couple of fights in recent years and maybe not in the position he was a couple of years ago as champion of the world. For him, do you think it's make or break in his next fight, if it's Dillian Whyte or if it's anybody else?
No, you know what? I think a lot of people, the way the media is now with losses, I think since Mayweather came about with the undefeated record, everybody looks at people being undefeated like, it's expected. Whereas we could be in the amateurs, you can get ripped off in a decision or you can have a genuine loss and then you move on again, you fight again, and so it's just about bouncing back. So I don't think it's a problem if he loses. It's not a make or break. I think it's just keep moving on, The heavyweight game's a hard game, It's a game of like one punch, and you can be put out. So it's a tough old game, and especially at that weight. That's why those guys get so much limelight and pressure from the media, and that's why they get paid the most, because they're taking the most risks with the heavyweights, the heavier shots. So, but no, I don't think it's a make or break. I think everybody's still learning, their craft. So it's not a problem.
Well, cheers for your time, Liz. Really appreciate it, and best of luck at the upcoming European Games.
Cheers. Thank you, mate.